friends arrived in droves, talking about traffic, comparing notes. I just stood at the door, collecting coats. I tossed them on my sister's bed, hope nothing had fallen out of them. Killed the lights and head out into the evening ahead. There are always faces I'd never seen, but I'll be damned how they all knew me, claiming we'd met back in '73. But I was in charge of the ice at the bar and keeping an eye on all the parked cars. Never quite sure just what I was watching for. Back then it was a simpler time, and I was living on $4.99. If you asked me how I was, I'd always say fine, living on $4.99. Yeah. Well, it was long dinners and long toasts, recounting memories and anecdotes, and everyone thanking our gracious hosts. Back then I could always find work, whether doing dishes or cutting dessert, or making sure the dog wasn't tracking in the dirt. Back then it was a simpler time, and I was living on $4.99. If you asked me how I was, I'd always say fine, living on $4.99. Then it was loosen belts and alright who wants regular and there's decaf too, and everyone now head into the living room. That's when I first began this, playing as a one-man band for crowds who talk and rarely give a damn. Back then it was a simpler time, and I was living on $4.99. If you asked me how I was, I'd always say good, living on $4.99. Back then everyone I loved was alive, and we were living on $4.99. If you asked me how I was, I'd always say fine, living on $4.99. I was living on $4.99.